So, you want to build Yuanwu? That's simple. Unlock his last forte node, equip him with level 1 Rejuvenate and Originate weapon, and you are good to go. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. You're still here. That's okay. For now, I'll be giving you my experience from using Yuanwu since 1.0. That's correct, rovers. I used to play Yuanwu all the time with my rover. But that was a long time ago. Those fascinations are gone from CBT2 to global. As I build him over time, I realize it's not worth it. He does wet noodle damage, and he doesn't feel as serious as I hoped him for. He's supposed to be a martial artist, healthiest and most stable resonator. Yet, he decided to, I'm too old for this, so let me tune my lightning to its lowest power and let others shine. But I guess that's more accurate for him since he loves helping his customers and his neighbors. But enough yapping. Let me run you through the basics of Yuanwu. This is his basic attack strings. Seems very powerful and very steady, right? But unfortunately, you won't be using this 99% of the time. That 1% is used to parry enemies. We'll talk about his enhanced basic attacks later. All of his damage scaling comes from his defense. And can you guess what his basic attack scales of? That's right, attack, because why the hell not? When you parry your dodge counter, he will skip to the 4th basic attack, and the entire 4th basic attack have iframe. His basic attack strikes enemy pretty well. He will stick to the enemy like a glue. This can be observed in his 2nd basic attack. Resonant skill. Yuanwu puts down his drinking bottle to zap enemies in its range. This is his bread and butter, sugar and spice, and everything nice. The totem will do coordinated attack alongside your active character in its range. And this is the core reason how your Jinxi can be a hydrogen bomb. Placing his water bottle at the right time will tell your enemy to hydrate. In co-op, sometimes when you recast his skill, the pillar won't activate. So, do not spam it too often. Resonance Liberation. Yuanwu channels his martial art prowess into his right hand, dealing poop damage. Activating Liberation will give all your characters super hard status, making them unfazed and be a masochist for 10 seconds, taking all punches like a champ. If you perfectly time your super punch, you can crack enemies' balls and make them dizzy for a few seconds. Not sure if they buffed it, but his Liberation used to have less iframes. That's right, not only poop damage, you can also be killed if you cast it at the wrong time. Casting Liberation gives Yuanwu his enhanced state, prolonging your duration in Thunder God mode. Intro skill. Yuanwu bongs the enemy with his rock hard pillar, dealing poop damage, and that's it. This skill can be used to parry, but has tighter window than Danjin's. You only bonk once. Outro skill. Yuanwu zaps the enemy into submission, dealing 0 damage while also reducing their will to stand up. Carefully choose your enemy to zap, because he only zaps once. Forte Circuit. Now, let's talk about his forte, his main characteristic. When you put down his rock-hard pillar, he will accumulate electricity in his body. As long as his pillar is on the field, it will regenerate automatically. A successful zap from his pillar also accumulates his forte faster. Once his forte is full, you can hold Resonant Skill button to do his Tai Chi moves and unleash the power within, fills his Concerto bar, and enter his Thunder God mode, enhancing his basic attacks, heavy attacks, and dodge counters, dealing multiple poop zap damage and widens the camera to make you look much cooler. In this state, your forte cannot regenerate even when your rock hard pillar is on the field and zaps the enemy. If Yuanwu's pillar is on the field, activating his forte will detonate his rock-hard pillar. Same goes when you cast your ultimate, the pillar will also detonate. Both of the explosion counts as resonant skill damage. His first inherent skill will increase your zap damage multipliers, and has better lightning to zap your enemies into submission. The increased zap efficiency is negligible. However, to make your life easier, Yuanwu is an act of service gentleman. He will increase his pillar range and puts down a new pillar whenever he is switched out, if your forte is not full. Very gentlemanly, and I recommend you to unlock this node, if you want to have an easier pillar management. Hold your basic attack to beat some sense onto your enemies to the ground. This damage is considered basic attack damage. Performing dodge counter skips basic attack and immediately followed by this heavy attack. This attack has longer iframe and will lock you in place very hard. Now that you know his kit's nuance, and if you decided to be a fool like me and wants to use him as an all-field attacker, let me show you his usual damage rotation. Start by placing his pillar on the ground to show who is harder, your enemy or your head. Immediately swap to Sanhua to do her basic buffing rotation. I hope your forte is full, because after swapping back, immediately hold his skill and rapid punch your enemies like a whiny little kid, and cancel his final basic attacks by placing down his rock-hard pillar. After 2 enhanced basic attack string, you can place another pillar and cast his liberation to continue his Thunder God state. Leave the field and redo any rotation as you please. Rinse and repeat. Now that you know his useless main damage rotation, let me tell you how to build Yuanwu so he's ready to serve Jinxi in the Tower of Adversity. Step 1. Never use Moonlit Set on Yuanwu, because his Concerto generation is ass. 2. Ignore his talents and leave everything at level 1. Only unlock his last forte if you want to have an easier life of managing his rock-hard pillar. Use Rejuvenate set and use Originate weapon. Ignore leveling them up because we just need the set bonus passive. Pick Turtle or Fallacy, whichever you like, and you are all set. But if you decided to be a fool like me, Step 1. Use Empyrean when you are farming for Mortifice pieces. Step 2. Hecate as his main echo. Prioritize crit rate over crit damage, because you need to crit to obtain the attack buff. Set up 44111 with both crit rate on the 4 costs, defense on the 1 costs. And that's basically it. You're all set. All you need to do is replenish his pillars and consume his forte once in a while. Enjoy the easy life. But this is not recommended. Please use Rejuvenate set on Yuanwu. Please. But if you decided to be a true Lei Huangquan successor, wield him like you wield Xiang Liao. Use Huanglong, Black Shore, One Firmament, Rinasita as your personal punching bag. Now that you have mastered Yuanwu, let's get into his team. Use this team, as this is his strongest team. Turn Verina into a Moonlit Slave and Yuanwu as the Rejuvenate Slave. Congratulations, you have now unlocked one of some of the strongest free-to-play teams. Rotation. Start by placing down his pillar and do 1 basic attack. If you see a healing number, immediately activate your turtle. Immediately swap to Verina and finish her basic attack string to gain 1 forte bar. Immediately cancel that into her skill to get another bar. Cancel her skill animation immediately with Verina's ult, jump attack, and spend her forte. All of it. If you have Refinement 1 variation, your Concerto should be full by now. Activate Verina's burp mode and cancel it with introing to Jinxi. As Jinxi, do your usual rotation and break down your enemies into atoms. Use Liberation whenever available. After blasting, always intro to Yuanwu, because Verina intro skill is ass. Replace his pillar. Now that Jinxi's skill is on cooldown, your job is to refill Verina's Concerto again. After switching to Yuanwu, immediately swap back to Verina and finish her basic attack strings. If burp is not available, ignore it, because we will do it in another rotation. Next one. If Concerto is ready, intro to Jinxi to move the enemies into submission. Congratulations, Rover! You are now officially a trainee in Lei Huangquan sect. Now go back practice in the overworld or bosses. Good luck, comrade. Thanks for watching, and see you next time, maybe. So I'll just gonna put this video here, just to flex. Goodbye.
同心，印证吧。悬疑并影。天速停光。
协同作战，收益之炮，为我所用。
往何模仿行为？携手，应战吧！天连苍生，诸邪皆除，时节有终。
协同作战，
晒足太阳吧！同心，朝月晨曦。画煞无形。
协同作战，硕影极意。
携手，应战吧！